democracy suffocates. Its oxygen is trust and restraint. Without them, politics becomes an armed monologue. And that's tonight's CBS Evening News. I'm John Dickerson. Good night.
Developing at 5, a suspect arrested accused of sparking the Palisades fire in January that destroyed thousands of homes and killed 12 people.
The worst natural disaster in our history took place because of the act of an individual.
We dig into the criminal complaint, the suspect, the allegations, and the continued questions.
This is KCAL News, Los Angeles.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Pat Harvey.
I'm Rudabeh Shabazi. The KCAL News team is dedicated to covering all angles of the Palisades fire arrest.
And we begin with this breaking news. LAFD's After Action report just released. KCAL assignment editor Mike Rogers has it on the desk. Mike?
Yeah, hey, Pat Rudabeh, so we've been going through it. There's about 70 pages worth of documents here. That's this After Action report that LAFD just released. And we're going to get to some of the highlights here that they talk about. There's a lot to go through, so we'll have more throughout the night. But I want to show you one of the first things they talk about is this. Evacuation routes were blocked. Now, they say, the report rather says, there was no clear messaging to the civilians and to the community members about how to get out. That led the community members to do their own trying to evacuate, which ultimately blocked all resources from being able to get up to the Palisades fire. Ultimately, the drastic decision you're seeing right here was taken, deciding to move the cars out of the way with an LA County Fire bulldozer. The report says that had they had a more clear evacuation plan, that this could have been prevented if they had controlled traffic, people getting out of the area. Now, the other thing they talk about here is water. We talked about a lot of this during this. We talked about the lack of fire hydrants that were available, the lack of water throughout this process. The report says that once those hydrants went dry, the incident commanders tried to find water tenders to bring in to do that. The report acknowledges that the incident commanders should have gone to the city to try to get city water tenders that were readily available. Instead, they worked within the fire system to try to find those water tenders. Ultimately, they say once the city did give up those water tenders then wanted escorts up into the fire zone, which LAFD said they simply didn't have. And then there was this. The LAFD has called us to ask people watching, anybody who is an LAFD firefighter, to give them your availability to see if you can come and help fight this fire. Remember that? The LAFD calling the KCAL newsroom, asking us to put out a phone number for all available firefighters to call the Department Operations Center. Well, this report says that completely failed. This report says that number was so inundated with calls for people who are not LAFD firefighters, the line became inoperable. It says they were getting a call once every 30 seconds to that line, leading to hundreds of calls being in the queue and preventing actual LAFD firefighters from calling into that line. Now, this report goes on to detail some of the things that went right throughout this. We're going to get through those as well. But there's a big kind of message in here. Communication was key in this incident, and it was not set up the way that the LAFD has it planned to be set up. Lots of things the LAFD says they could have done better.
Mike, thank you. Well, the suspect arrested, 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht, remains in custody in Florida tonight. This afternoon, he made his first federal court appearance in Orlando.
And he's accused of setting a fire on New Year's Day that later reignited into the Palisades fire. Prosecutors laying out their case today, including prompts they say he made on ChatGPT. Well, reporter Jasmine Beal is live at Pacific Palisades right now, breaking down that federal complaint. Jazz?
And I've read through that criminal complaint, Pat, and, you know, the Palisades fire killed 12 people. It destroyed 6,800 structures. I mean, just look at this neighborhood that was wiped out behind me. But we did have that major step forward today as the feds, they brought some long-awaited answers for this community into who started the fire. You mentioned arresting that Florida man who used to live here. Yes, bringing some accountability, but it does not undo the heartbreak.
Evil people do evil things.
Strong words Wednesday from federal investigators announcing the arrest of 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht, who is accused of starting the Lockman fire in Pacific Palisades on January 1st.
And he went up to this hilltop around 12:12 a.m. he ignited a fire.
That small blaze was put out by firefighters, but they say days later it reignited into the devastating Palisades fire.
Heavy winds caused this underground fire to surface and spread above ground, causing what became known as the Palisades fire, one of the most destructive wildfires in Los Angeles City history.
Within 24 hours, the city had called in help from the feds to investigate. Within weeks, they were interviewing Rinderknecht.
So there's no indication of fireworks or other things that would have started this. He was the only person there.
They allege Rinderknecht had finished his shift as an Uber driver that night and made his way to the Temescal Ridge Trail in a clearing known as the Hidden Buddha. That's where they say he used a lighter to start the fire about 30 feet south. They say he tried to call 911 several times and eventually got through to report a fire, but he didn't leave.
As soon as he saw the fire trucks were headed to the location, he turned around and went back up there. And he took some video and watched them fight the fire.
According to the criminal complaint, video footage shows Rinderknecht parked here at this trailhead at 11:38 p.m. It says that he was very familiar with this area as he had hiked the Temescal Ridge Trail many times. He had previously lived in a house just about a block away. Those homes are now all burned. Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley says Rinderknecht had been listening to a French rap song about despair and bitterness and created this image on ChatGPT.
Appears to show a dystopian city being burnt down.
Puts a whole different understanding on really what caused us.
Resident Andrew Hires and Larry Vane, the Pally Strong executive director, went to see the fire's origin Wednesday after news of the arrest.
There's both a sense of anger that actually somebody came up with malicious intent.
But they say this isn't closure.
We lost our homes, we lost our friends, and there's still a lot of questions.
Back out here live again. Let's go back to that criminal complaint. It also says that the Palisades fire, it ignited in some dense vegetation just 20 feet south of the perimeter of the Lockman fire. And now that complaint will be given to a grand jury. Live here in Pacific Palisades, Jasmine Veal, KCAL News.
Jasmine, thank you. Well, you heard her mention it. The man suspected of starting the Palisades fire has ties to Southern California, more specifically the Palisades.
And at KCAL News senior investigative reporter Ross Palumbo is here with the connection, Ross.
Well, two bombshell developments today, Pat, in Ruta Bay. The first, of course, is that alleged arsonist. He's been arrested. 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht is accused only at this point of arson, despite those 12 deaths. What we know about him is that he was arrested and brought into court today in Orlando. His initial appearance was just 8 minutes long in front of a federal judge where he was given a public defender. He now has another hearing in U.S. District Court, again in Orlando, tomorrow at 6:45 in the morning, our time. Now, this is happening in Florida because he moved there after the fire. But while he was here, we know he once lived in the Palisades area, and we know he drove for Uber and allegedly started the fire, as Jasmine just reported, after dropping off a passenger at the Skull Rock trailhead. Now, Uber says he was not on the app at the time of the fire, but they still, quote, worked closely with the ATF to help determine the driver's whereabouts on and around January 1st and provided the ATF with crucial GPS data and other relevant information. As for authorities, while they were investigating, the suspect was living here in Melbourne, just outside of Orlando, and lived there without incident, as far as we can tell. He has no criminal history, in fact, that we could find, at least not yet. An arson investigator I spoke with says it's actually not uncommon to have an arsonist with a clean history, and adds that most arsons are one-offs, explaining that most arsonists only ever light one major fire. That investigator, who used to head the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department arson unit, also talked about the second key element revealed today, that the ATF said the fire department put out the initial fire on New Year's Day, and that it was that same fire that somehow reignited to burn down the Palisades. The big question now, he says, is how did LAFD monitor that area to make sure that fire was completely out?
The job of the fire department is to put out fires and make sure they're out. That is their second main job. Their first is rescue. So yeah, some tough questions should be asked of various people there on what steps were taken after the first fire.
Isn't it possible the fire could have evaded them and they just couldn't see it?
Yes, it is possible. They have the equipment to check on this very simply with helicopters. They have thermal imaging equipment that will spot hot spots. That's what it's for.
This California Mayor Bass did say the city would release that report, and they did just a little while ago. All of this coming on the heels of several of our investigations showing problems with how LAFD and the city were not servicing these fire hydrants. And we showed the understaffing problems the LAFD's brush inspection unit had during the fire and before the fire as well. Now, if the fire department is found to be negligent, the city would likely face lawsuits. So far, of course, no one can say that for sure. You might wonder why the suspect might not be held responsible for both of these fires. Experts actually say the defense could claim that the initial fire was put out and that the fire department was responsible for making sure it stayed out. Rudabeh?
Okay, Ross, thank you. Well, LA City Council member Tracy Park, who represents Pacific Palisades, was overcome with emotion while speaking about the arrest today.
More than 5,800 homes gone because of one senseless act. Today's arrest doesn't bring peace, but it is an acknowledgement that what happened mattered and that the suffering of this community is not unseen and it's not forgotten.
Coming up at 5:30, Mike Rogers speaks to a defense attorney about the difficulties prosecutors may face in trying the case against Jonathan Rinderknecht.
And now to this breaking news. President Trump says Israel and Hamas have agreed on the first phase of a plan to stop fighting and release hostages and prisoners. The president says all hostages will be released very soon and Israel will withdraw troops to an agreed-upon line. Also ahead at 5, a CBS interview with candidate for governor Katie Porter has gone viral.